waiting to speak to you guys. We're going to get started in another 2 minutes, minute or so. We're hoping to keep this in a timely fashion. Okay. I'm just getting little updates to let me know that we are almost ready to go. And it's amazing what this world can do. Before, we used to have to just speak in front of an audience and no one could tell you things through a chat or a Zoom unless you were a journalistic news reporter and you had that little thing in your ear. But now there's these little pop-ups that pop up to let you know that, oh, there's new information. Oh, there's something else happening. Oh, let the people know that. And then you also have the job of letting people be familiar with what's going on. So I'm getting little notes and additions to the agenda as we speak. So this is like, what do you call, breaking news? Except for hopefully it's good news because we've been watching the news and I don't want to see the news anymore. I just want information, nothing new. All right, it is 2 o'clock. Welcome, everybody. I am Professor Charles Burks. I am one of the co-coordinators of the theater program, and you guys are here for the BMCC theater program orientation. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is 2 o'clock. We do not want to hold you past the amount of time that we need to hold you. We are grateful for all of the students that have shown up in the Zoom early on time, and all the professors and all the supporting staff, the NTAs. We're going to get started with our first thing, which we're waiting for a couple of more people to show up. But before they show up, I guess we'll move and we'll do the quick welcome from Carl and myself. So first off, welcome everybody. This is the theater orientation. We are going to give you guys some ins and outs of what's going to happen throughout the season, as well as some upcoming important dates that are going to be going on. And we are going to also hopefully get you guys excited about being a part and collaborating with us. This is not just us telling you what's going on. We want you to work with us and give us feedback and information as well. So if you ever have any problems or concerns or anything, reach out to myself. I will put my email in the chat. It's cburks@bmcc.cuny.edu. And if you also, I got to put it to everyone. I can't put it just privately to one person. Let me just do that to everyone. cburks@bmcc.cuny.edu. You can reach out if you have any questions or concerns about anything going on in the program, along with Carl. And I see we have our esteemed guest in the building. We're going to have a quick introduction from our department chair, Dr. Chang. So, Dr. Chang, if you could take the floor, and it would be lovely if you could do it within 45 seconds to a minute, but you can take as much time as you like because you are the chair.
I will do my best. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the program. And I just want to at least say hi to you all. And I do have a meeting I have to go to right after this. And I would like to personally welcome you to the program. And this is such a wonderful program that you have decided to join. And I want you to know that we have dedicated faculty members that we're here for you, want you to succeed. And this particular semester, especially this coming cohort, is definitely one of the most unique one, I have to say, especially doing everything that we're experiencing in the past year. It's a challenging time for everyone. So I just want you to know that when we're dealt with lemon, not only I want you to make lemonade out of it, I want you to think about how you can actually utilize the resources that you're going to have here in the department and all the faculty members and classmates that you would be able to work with, to think about making actually a great cocktail out of it rather than just lemonade. You can get a lot of ingredients and other flavors out of all these people that you'll be working with, and really think about how you can turn this as an opportunity, turn this crisis as an opportunity for you to rethink and reimagine what you can do as a theater student. And also for this particular cohort, for the next 2 years, the department is going to focus on the issues of and addressing the issues of equity, inclusion, and racial justice. So I want you to be part of that and thinking about what you learn and what you're going to practice after you graduate from this program will help address those issues. And I'm sure a lot of you will find these issues very, very personal and also very, very close to your heart. So I, again, want to welcome you, and you will listen to all your wonderful faculty members telling you what kind of resources that you can take advantage of. And just know that I will also be there for you. If you do need me as the chair of the department, I will advocate for you and then fight for the quality of education that you deserve here at BMCC. All right, so take it away. I hope
that was excellent, Dr. Chang. Thank you so much. That was very good. And as I can say, Dr. Chang has been a huge supporter of our program and making sure that we have everything we need, the resources, the space, and everything. So continued success to your future and things that you're doing with us. And I wanted to start out by saying that we have come up with a theme for our season for the fall of 2020 all the way to the spring of 2021. Our theme is going to be promoting love, life, and liberation. Love, life, and liberation. Anything and everything that we're doing in this upcoming season is going to be falling under those banners or related to them or tangentially, just connected with that. Love, life, and liberation, because it's important that we lead with love. It's important that we respect and honor life because it hasn't been respected and honored in this climate that we're living in right now. And it's important that we always support and fight for liberation, liberation of all types and all kinds and all areas and all genres. Because if we don't stand for liberation, we will fall for the downtrodden bad things that are happening, and we want to stop that. So love, life, and liberation is our season. And one of the first things that we're going to have is our first two speakers, which will be Professor Cavanaugh and also Professor Cheney. They will speak to you guys about our main stage production, and they will begin now. We'll start out with Professor Cavanaugh.
Thank you for having me. And I just want to acknowledge that there are a couple of people here who auditioned for The Life of Mary Rogers. And I want to tell you, we had very few roles open this semester because we decided as a program to allow the original cast, when we got cut off in the spring, to be able to continue. And the talent is just so unbelievable. And so I really want to thank those of you who took the time to audition. And I want you to know that I'm already talking you up to some of the other faculty here. And I really appreciate your interest. And we're going to find more opportunities for all of you. Since we're still in this virtual world, we've decided to do The Life of Mary Rogers as a radio play. We are going to have a video package as well. And you'll hear more about that. We're going to, on the video, we're going to feature some of the student work on the design, even though you're not going to be able to see the production on stage. You'll see some of the design from last semester as well as new designs from this semester in the different practicum classes. And we're hoping to film some socially distanced, safe songs on stage at Tribeca Performing Arts Center, just to give people some visual information about the production. I thought that instead of just talking about my classes, though I hope you'll all take them, I'll also segue into, I feel really passionate about this particular theme, and I think I'm a pretty reflective person by nature. My colleagues and friends, I think, would bear witness to that. I have a son who's in college as a first-year student this year, so I'm even more reflective about what it means to be a college student in this time, and thinking about how Black Lives Matter and COVID is impacting the theater industry. And so we're really taking a look and researching and bearing witness to all of that in my theater management classes. So on top of collaborating on new work and being passionate about theater management and producing, I just wanted to share some fun facts that some people might not know about me. And that is that I was in a deaf hearing theater company when I was in high school, performing both in sign language as well as a performer that traveled around Boston into different high schools, and that I performed as a stilt dancer on tour in Nicaragua. So if you don't find me in the theater, you find me in a garden. And those are my 3 fun facts I thought I'd share with you guys. It's great to see you. I'm going to have to jump off pretty soon for rehearsal, but I'm going to actually put in my Zoom links and my office hours. So if you'd like to meet with me about possible internships in the future, connecting people with the industry is something else that I feel really strongly about being able to do if and when I can. So thanks for the time. I appreciate this awesome team that I'm working with, and I look forward to getting to know all of you more.
Awesome. Thank you, Professor Cavanaugh. That was awesome. Appreciate that. We're now going to move on to Professor Cheney, and she will speak about the things that are going on in her world.
Hi, so I'm Professor Cheney. I'm I guess the full-time design and technical professor, but we have a lot of talented adjuncts as well who are joining us to teach costumes and lighting. So the technical and design aspect of theater is my world. I teach elements of production. I'm also teaching a set construction practicum this semester. As everybody knows, doing anything in person is pretty challenging right now. So I am teaching the class as a hybrid, and for the first time on Monday, Dwayne Pagano, who is the Carpenter NTA, and myself had 2 students in the scene shop using tools, and it felt great. So I'm looking forward to seeing some more of you who are in my class in the scene shop next Monday. And, you know, hopefully, safely, tentatively, we're going to be able to do some hands-on work this semester. I'm also looking forward to working with my practicum students, as Professor Cavanaugh said, to support the visual aspect of the life of Mary Rogers. So hopefully, as we all kind of learn more about this new sort of, you know, world of digital design, students are going to be able to contribute to a visual element for the production in a digital way, as well as maybe, you know, working on some props and furniture needs that the limited scenes might have. So anyway, I'm would be, you know, happy to meet any of you, but if any students are specifically interested in design and tech for theater and we haven't connected yet, please reach out to me. I will put my email in the chat, and I hope to meet you all in my classes. Thanks.
Thank you, Professor Cheney. So just as a quick update, those who are here for the first time, we are doing The Life of Mary Rogers, which is an original musical that was written and produced, and it was to be produced for stage last semester, but because of the situation that we were in, we had to move it to this semester. It's going to be a radio play, and Professor Cavanaugh and a team of wonderful collaborators have put together an amazing story that relates to, you know, life in general, especially in Tribeca way back in the day. But it is really a powerful story that I've had a chance to see come to life to a certain degree. So we encourage you all to be ready for this upcoming end of the semester. You will get a sneak preview of some things. The actual full radio play will be released, I believe, early 2021, if not at the very end of 2020. But they're hard at work making that come to life. And like Professor Cheney said, there's a lot of design opportunities and technical aspects that you guys can get involved with, and that is the right person to see and speak to. We are now going to turn it over to the coordinator, Mr. Carl or Professor Williams.
Thank you very much, Chuck. It's my honor, and I'm always humbled to be serving students, such a talented bunch. And every year we learn as faculty, we learn from you and you learn from us. And I just want to encourage you. If you're coming back, welcome back. This is the new world that we're in. If it's your first time, welcome to BMCC, welcome to Zoomland, welcome to Creating Theatre. Don't feel any way if it all turns to crap, because you and the professional world are always also trying to figure it out. So, you know, you are in good hands and you're also in good company. I will like to encourage you to stay close to the program. Keep in touch with your professors. I always tell my students, you know, if you can't leave this institution and you're not able to ask at least 4 professors to write you a letter of recommendation, you have not done your job. So, you know, office hours are not just for complaints or there's sometimes just to talk to professors and figure it out, right? I'm a firm believer in, you know, Uta Hagen says, you know, those who can teach. So we can and we teach. We don't just teach because we didn't make it to Broadway. You are looking at full career people who are in the theater, and we work in the theater and we work outside of the theater. And these days, theater practitioners are also looking to expand their horizons. You know, Kat spoke about her garden. I have to be cooking, and you know, that's not so cute, but I find other things to do, but everything I've done in my life has been theater related. And I just want to encourage you for that. You know, Toni Morrison says, if you don't see something on the screen or on the stage, it means that you are the one to bring that to the fore. So a lot of our alum have not just been people who have been in Broadway shows or on the West End or have traveled all around the country in regional theater, but there are people who are entrepreneurs, theatrical entrepreneurs, practitioners who are creating their own spaces and carving out their own worlds in theater. And we encourage you to do that as well. You know, we'll be working with different organizations and offices within the school to help you to figure out your career and your career path. And for those of you who are interested in getting involved in things this semester and following along with our theme, you know, it's Latinx Heritage Month upon us and LGBTQ plus Awareness Month. The theater program is very much involved in curating stage readings and performances. And keep in touch with our WordPress page. Keep in touch with us. Look out for the notices for those opportunities coming up. The Cuny Theater Festival, you'll hear a little bit more of that from Professor Winstead, and you'll hear a lot more about Theater Club from Natalia, who is here on the call. And welcome. You know, let's just keep creating magic together, right? We got to do it in this space. And I know the acting sometimes is strange because, you know, you got to get close and you got to do it all. And, you know, and if you do like this, it feels like a whir. But you have good people here who can help you through that and help you to navigate this particular space. So, you know, let's kick some butt this semester, right?
Quick question, Professor Williams, what
Yeah.
classes do you teach?
So I'm teaching, yes, this is true. So yeah, my God, I do teach as well, right? So I teach Introduction to Theater. And this semester, Pops is not with us. So I have the privilege of taking over his Page to Stage class for the semester. So I see some of my people on the call. So we're going to be creating some magic with Page to Stage or Page to Zoom, however you want to call it, right? So those are my 2 courses this semester.
Thank you, Professor Williams. Like Professor Williams said, we are hopefully serving you guys in a way that you guys feel like well-rounded students and be able to move on to the next place. We are also in conjunction with a lot of opportunities that come up, and we will inundate those WordPress, the Instagram, the Facebook, and be on the lookout for many opportunities that come up. I'm Professor Burke. I teach Acting 1, Acting 2. Occasionally, I'll be teaching Voice and Movement, Intro to Theater, and Playwriting. My expertise lies in acting as well as on playwriting. And like he said, we are working professionals as well. At this moment, I'm in the process of writing a new musical called Stars in the Sky, which is about the first African-American stewardesses and flight attendants in the sky. And hopefully we will have a reading of that early 2021. And we are locking down some opportunities to have a production, hopefully a workshop production late 2021. So there are things that are going on in our lives that we actually are doing. And Professor Williams has written a number of things that have been produced in New York, overseas. I mean, you guys, you're in good company. Professor Key, who's coming up, is also on top of it in terms of all the directing and the things that she's been involved with. And she's going to take over the next couple of minutes because she's going to have a lot more time because she has a few more things to say. So most of the people after that, we're going to introduce the rest of the full-time faculty, and then we're going to go to the adjunct faculty. And I'm going to ask that once we get to the full-time and adjunct faculty after Lori Key, please try and keep your introductions 45 seconds to 1 minute. Just so that we can honor people's time and get all the information in. We have a wealth of people here. I want to give a shout out to all 38 participants that are here. And that is a good number. We got to, continue to keep these numbers going on. And those who didn't show up, let them know where they can hopefully see a live stream reviewing of this on YouTube. So with that being said, I am going to hand it over to Professor Lori Key.
All right, I'm going to be really brief because I'm going to come back at you. But Lori Key, I'm teaching acting. I teach a lot of Acting 1, which I love, love, love. I'm teaching acting for the camera, and I'm teaching the business of acting this semester, which I'm really excited about. Getting our students ready to go out there and kick some you-know-what. It's what my favorite thing to do, getting them connecting again, like Professor Cavanaugh said, connecting the students to the work and to other working professionals off Broadway, everywhere. That's my love. That's what I'm here to do. I'm called to do. Working actor and director myself. That's it. That's enough for now, I think. I'll be back. You know what? It's my favorite thing to do, getting them connecting again.
Oh, sorry guys, something's happening.
Connecting the students to the work and
Hey, are we there? Can you guys hear me? I was checking out what was cool? I went and I checked out the YouTube. The YouTube is playing what we just said a couple of seconds later. So you guys are hearing this a little bit later, those that are on YouTube. So shout out to the YouTube folks that are listening. This is awesome. Technology is really amazing. So now we're going to move on to talking about right back to Lori, advisement. Those of you who are in the theater, program, you have to be advised once you officially become an actual theater major. We are somewhere around the number of high 200s in terms of theater majors, and there are a number of let's come back to advisement. Let's introduce the rest of the faculty, then we'll come back to advisement. There's a switch in plans. I apologize. You're going to meet the rest of the actual faculty, so I'm going to pass it on to Professor Dowling. Professor Dowling, it is your turn to introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Professor Dowling, and I teach Acting 1, Acting 2, Voice and Movement, and Page to Stage. And what you just heard about advisement, I just want to explain something about Page to Stage, which is the capstone course. That means it's a culmination of all the different things that you've learned during your time at BMCC in the theater program. And it's important to look at the electives and the requirements you have to take before you get to Page to Stage. I also want to say very quickly that in keeping with conclusion, social justice, and life, love, and liberty. What did you call it? You said liberation.
Liberation.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry. We'll be making in Page to Stage a devised piece that looks at all of those issues, and particularly a kind of hero quest. How do we find a way to get our identities expressed? Thank you.
Great. All right, I'm going to move on to our full-time adjuncts who are actually carrying a heavy load of responsibility for us. We're going to move on to Professor Winstead.
Hello, that's me. Hi, everyone. I'm Professor Keith Winstead, and I am a full-time adjunct, and I have been here a while, and I love it. I love my students. I love our students that we groom and navigate you to the next step. We're here to help you understand more clearly your direction. You have an incredible team headed by Professor Chang and Professor Williams and Professor Charles Burks. This entire team is terrific. So I say hop in. I teach intro to theater, and I teach acting, and I love my playwriting class. My forte is playwriting and grooming young playwrights for their next step as well. That leads me into the Cuny Theater Festival. That's how I began doing that. And we're hosting that this year in March. So you'll hear more about that. But if you're interested in becoming part of the team to help produce that, I'm happy to have a conversation with you. Please email me. You'll hear more about it, but I'll put my email in the link so that you can email me for the Cuny Theater Festival. What we do is we will have a series of guests who will have lectures and panels, but it all culminates into an evening of original 10-minute plays that are first seen, all student produced. We simply navigate that for you. Thank you. And I'm currently casting a series called Doubles, and I often look to the BMCC students and alumni for that casting. So always keep an eye out for that. If you're looking for something to audition for, the BMCC WordPress is a terrific place to start. Or just shoot out to us. Shoot out to say hello, anything that you know of, and something will come up. If you throw something out on the wall, one of us has got something for you. You know?
Professor Winstead, thank you. I just want to ask you a quick question. In
Sure.
terms of the Cuny Theater Fest, if I'm a technical person, is this something for me as well?
Thank you for that excellent question. In our in real world and doing theater, I would embrace it even more. It's going to be a little more challenging here, but yes, stage management, we will need guidance and help in navigating this very thing on the Zoom and finding a virtual festival, because I still fully believe that we'll be a virtual festival. I'm planning on a little bit of both just in case we turn, but I think it's going to be a virtual. That's what I'm leading myself for. So yes, there will be technical needs, and I would appreciate that.
And I wanted to point that out because a lot of times people hear, theater and they only think about performances and performers. And there's also the need for writers. There's also the need for behind the scenes, the technical and the designers and things of that nature. And there are programs that are offered during the daytime where they have guest speakers come and speak about their career fields that are related to technical aspects, design aspects, not just performance, but also writers. We get a lot of things, like they've had voiceover people come in, they've had playwrights come in, they've had
stage combat. I love that.
Stage combat, choreography. There's so many things that you can get involved with, and it's free for you. And these are professionals that are doing it in the field right now. And so this is like a free masterclass for you to come in and attend to and get to check out. The theater festival is amazing. And then the best part is you get to see all the hard work from all the students flourish in terms of the one acts that are being, there are plays that are written by students. There are plays that are also directed by students, designed by students, and performed by students. And these are a mixture of students. So you get students from different CUNY campuses working and collaborating together. So if you're at BMCC, you might be working with someone who's from City College, as well as from Brooklyn, as well as from Hunter. All these different colleges, Queens College, they all come to the theater festival and they collaborate together. So I encourage you all to be on the lookout for that coming up in the near future. We are now going to pass it on to Professor Eng.
Hello, everyone. I just want to echo Professor Burke's shirt. Vote your power, reclaim your vote. Okay, so I just want to talk about that. And hello, everyone. Like Professor Winstead, I'm a full-time adjunct, and I believe also I'm also a playwright and performer. And to me, yes, there's like 3 C's. Of course, it's a career, but it's also about building community and collaboration. And I believe because theater intersects with so many different walks of life, every personal and professional walk of life, we love to share things with our world. And I'm currently working on a solo show called Here Comes Johnny Yen Again. It looks at the impact of opium and the opium wars on China and the Chinese diaspora. And I'm thrilled to be sharing that with right here at BMCC with the Center for Ethnic Studies. There's an Asian American literature program. And so I'll be sharing some of my theater work with them just to create that conversation there. And also off campus, I'll be sharing this at a city law salon, a virtual salon. We'll put news of that on the WordPress. It's a great urban folklore institution and to share our stories. That's what we're here for, to share our stories, to really show, you know, what theater's all about, embracing what's important to you and sharing that and building community around that. So I'm honored, humbled to be part of this wonderful community, and I'm so glad you're here too. So welcome everyone, and let's kick whatever you want to kick. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Ang. All right, we're going to move on to Professor Garber. Please introduce yourself and tell us what's going on in your world.
Hi, everybody. I'm Professor Ann Garber. I'm an adjunct, and I teach costumes and stage makeup. I teach the 2 practicum classes. One of the things that I always like to say is just because you want to be an actor and a director doesn't mean it's not incredibly helpful to have a knowledge of these things. If you want to be a director, you're going to have to work with costume designers and other designers. So if you know a little bit about it, it's awesome. You're going to be an actor or any human being that wears clothes. At some point, you might have a button fall off. I will teach you how to fix that. You will save so much money, you won't have to drop anything off at the dry cleaners anymore. As for stage makeup, it's completely different than fashion makeup, makeup you'd wear when going out, totally different tools, totally different makeup, and something that if you are going to be on stage, you're probably going to be expected to do yourself. And guess what? If you know how to do it, if you've been trained in it, who's going to look best on stage? You are. So do not be intimidated by classes. If you don't want to be a designer, that's okay. I teach them for everybody, and it's something that everybody in this department can really benefit from. I'll put my email address in the chat. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions, and have a great semester.
Thank you, Professor Garber. Thank you very much. I am looking for, are there any other adjuncts that are in the building? Well, we're going to move on to one of the most important people that is in this Zoom right now. Without her, we would not be able to do what we're doing. I want to give a shout out and a huge appreciation to one of our hosts for the Zoom is Demi. Demi, please introduce yourself and let us know what you do, because you are like the central nervous system of the theater program.
That's so lovely, Chuck. Hi, everyone. I had my wisdom teeth out yesterday, all of them. So I'm covering up my, stuff, and I can barely talk, but I don't really know what I do. I just, I do it. But yeah,
I'll help you out. I'll help you out. Ask you a couple of questions. Do you have your hand involving in the WordPress?
I do. I hope everyone, I put it in the chat. Please follow us, Bmcc theaterprogram.wordpress.com. Everything we do and opportunities in school, outside of school, go onto there. Everything you need will be there. Also, please follow us on social media at BMCC Theater on Instagram, BMCC Theater Program on Facebook. I did put it in the chat. Everything goes on all of that too. And sometimes we, on our social media platforms, cross with other departments in the BMCC school, so you can even see even more opportunities. So make sure you follow us everywhere so you do not miss anything. And so I think that's all I'm gonna really say right now, because it hurts to talk, but, yeah.
I'll talk for you.
Thank you.
She also supports us in terms of our theater program, in terms of keeping the calendar for everything that's coming up, reminding us, hey, what about this? This is about to come up. Let us know about these things. She also supports us in the classroom as well, sometimes managing the technical aspects of things that need to happen over Zoom and things of that nature. And then she's also one of the best people to get input and guidance in terms of how to make us know what's going on. So it's not just, hey, this has to happen. How do we get it out to everybody and make it look and succinct and get the information out there? She's the reason why we are able to have the actual YouTube live stream along with this, because she knows all those things, and she's awesome and is very valuable to our program. So we really thank her. And one person who's not here is missing because they are actually working is Santos. Santos is also working with us in the technical aspect and supporting all the program through the same way that Demi does, and also making sure that he's our production coordinator in such a way that he makes sure that the main stage production is doing what it needs to be done. And I think we had Emma. Is Emma here today? Is Emma in the Zoom? Emma is also another person that we can't do a lot of things without. She's also, I believe, adjunct teaching the stage management course, and she's supporting us through our whole program in terms of making sure that we have everything we need. I mean, you guys wouldn't be having the things that we need to have as a professor, as students, if we didn't have those team of people supporting us throughout the way. And they don't get the accolades that they deserve because they're not always in the forefront and being seen, but they make sure that we're seen and seen in the right way. So thank you very much to your hard work and what you guys do. And now I'm going to turn it back over to Lori, who can explain to us what does it mean to have advisement or get an advisor.
Right. So back to this. So advisement is super important for many reasons. You can't sign up for classes until you've been advised, right? And so advisement registration, early advisement starts October 20th, which is, coming up faster than most of us will expect, right? And I see a few new theater majors here, which is really good, and that's great. So what's going to happen is I have a list of new majors, the theater majors. So I'm going to be starting to divide up and assigning you to a theater professor. Okay. And what's going to happen is we're going to get that all sorted out. And I'm going to be sending who your advisor is, right? And then I'm going to have posted, hopefully on WordPress, the Zoom office hours for all the professors, right? So that you'll be able to know who your advisor is, right? For your theater professor, who is your advisor, and when their office hours are, along with their email. So hopefully you'll be able to email them to get an appointment, or you can just drop into their office hours, right? Great. But I would suggest an appointment is always good because we do get busy. And so emailing them in advance and saying, hey, I would love to have an appointment with you to be advised is a good protocol, right? Just practicing for your professional career. Yes, Charles.
Just to help you out and share something. I'm first semester. Yeah. I'm taking intro to theater. I haven't really decided, but I love this so much that by mid-semester, I'm thinking I want to be a theater major. What do I do?
Right. Then you should
probably email my theater professor.
Right.
Let them know I have an interest in being a theater major.
Yeah. I'm curious. Raise your hand is anybody here not a theater major?
We're all theater majors. I can't see everybody. I'm looking.
Or unmute yourself. Unmute yourself if you're not a theater major.
I'm not a theater major.
All right. Welcome. I'm glad you're here.
Welcome.
I hope so. If you decide you want to be a theater major, then let your professor know, right? Okay. Yeah, because we would love to have you here in our community. We were glad to have you here. You're here now already. Welcome. You're here.
Thank you so much.
If you can't get in touch with your professor, you can email me at bmcc.cuny.edu.
C. Burks
is in the chat. C. Burks. And we will link you up with the right people so that you will get the person you want. When you first come to BMCC, they give you an advisor, but once you decide you're a theater major, you get a second advisor, a theater program advisor.
But also, you'll need to change your major.
Yes.
And that needs to that's the first thing that kind of needs to happen.
Great. This is why we have Lori helping us.
Right. So you have to go, there's a whole procedure you have to go through in order to get that done. So you show up within the system as a theater major.
And then we can guide you along the way to take the courses in the right areas and the right times and things of that nature.
Yeah. But cool. we're here to help you do that. And that's the thing. So one of the things, this is for everybody, right? So when advisement starts, so you should be making your appointments before, so that we can get the advisement going by the 20th, because you should be registering for classes starting then, right? Once you get advised, we lift the hold, and then those classes that you want start disappearing, right? All the astronomy and everything, the class that you want and the section that you want starts disappearing. Right? So by the time we get to November, the middle of November, the classes that you really want are gone. Yeah?
Yeah.
So the goal really is to have all your classes registered for by the time before you're in finals. Plus they start canceling classes that you might want to take if they don't fill up.
Don't wait till the last minute.
Yeah. Okay. So does anybody have any questions about that? Does anybody here who is not a new theater major not know who their advisor is?
So everyone, oh, we got one hand that's up in there. You want to unmute yourself and let us know who you are?
I'm Anaya Kenton. I don't think I have a theater advisor, professor advisor.
Okay, so email me and tell me that in the email exactly. I don't think I have it. Please help me find out.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can always email me as well. I'm happy to help you. You should be receiving an email from me. I am going to personally make sure any new theater major will know this semester. Absolutely. So if you haven't heard from me, I'd say by the 10th of October, then you should email me.
Yes.
Okay. For some reason, but please also check your BMCC email because this is another problem. Okay. Whatever.
The hallelujah hands from Professor Winstead.
This is also another problem. Like I have sent a couple of emails out to people, to everybody on the theater major list, and some of you may not have received them. All right. So please be sure that you check your emails. Also.
Can I just add something?
Sure.
You in Zoom and on the YouTube streaming watching, you get an email that is issued by BMCC. That is your STU email. 9 times out of 10, a lot of students are not checking that email, but you also have the ability to change and forward it to an email that you prefer. But you have to do it. You have to go into Cuny first and you have to do that. But check that BMCC STU email. There's a wealth of information in there that you probably have never seen because you haven't checked it. And it's guaranteed to give you some insight as to what's going on. So check that and then make that change to where you want your preferred email address to go to. And then you'll be receiving all the information at the email that you want it to go to.
Professor Williams, is there anything I've forgotten?
Could I add something here?
Sure, Professor Dowling, yes.
Just related to checking your email. I have a feeling we might, since all of you are here, we might be preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
You being here, you do check email, but think about your colleagues, I mean, your fellow students and how we're building a community here. And the community really matters a lot. It's hard in this environment we're in where we don't get to sit in the same room and joke around and relate to each other, but we still need those connections. And so sometimes it might help if you have somebody else in your class who doesn't seem to know what's going on. You could say to them, hey, check your email.
Yes.
They'll listen to you maybe better than us.
Yeah, that might.
It really matters that you encourage people to connect. Thanks.
Thank you.
That's true, Professor Dowling. Thank you.
So we've had advisement talk, we've had introduction of faculty, we've had the welcome, we've had the actual chair come and speak to us.
I need to talk about the spring production still.
Exactly.
All right.
So
this will be short and sweet. Professor Williams, I just want to make sure I didn't forget anything important about advisement.
No, we all need to get advised
Okay.
that tell all your friends, tell the people who are not your friends. This is not the time for to keep information away from the enemies. Tell them as well, because it will affect you if you do not know which courses to take, and you'll just get all of this blockage later down. So please get advised.
I just want to be sure because it's important. All right. So as far as now the exciting information about the spring, and I'll make it quick because I know we want to get on with our afternoon. I'm excited to announce that we're going to be creating a new work for the spring. Xavier Galva, who was the playwright he's an up and coming young playwright who is Lark new voice for this current season. Had written a play that he's a BMCC alum, actually. Yes. He's really exciting, dynamic young playwright. And he had written a play I was super excited to do, but thank you, COVID. It just doesn't work for this. So he's going to create a work for us using the issues, using our theme, using our concerns and our voices as a community. And to that end, we're going to host I don't know, a campfire town hall yelling session, a couple of them, I don't know what some call to arms sessions coming up in October. So I'm going to be sending out a few invitations, a couple of dates. All of you are invited, and we'll see what comes of it. So there'll be a couple of community events, and then we'll have some auditions either right around Thanksgiving or the beginning of December. Rehearsals will be Wednesday mornings for sure, through the afternoons and then some other times. But that's what I know about that. We'll see. There'll be some magic. There's magic a-brewing.
Awesome. So that's your opportunities coming up for the spring of 2021. And while we're here in the fall of 2020, we have many opportunities for you guys to participate in productions and readings and open mics as it's going down in the chat. Unfortunately, I don't know if the people in YouTube streaming land can see this, but guess what? It'll be posted on WordPress, Theater BMCC WordPress. You guys are going to see all of this information come back around and be available there. So I'm now going to pass it on to the theater club president to introduce herself and all that's going on with theater club. That would be Natalia Gammon.
Hi guys, I'm Natalia. I'm, as Burke says, the president of theater club, which the title of our club is Center Stage. Today we have here as well my vice president, Isadora Isi.
Hey everyone.
We also have my secretary, who is Natalie Mancia, and our treasurer, Claire Johnson. Cool. So,
Hi.
For this semester, we have a couple of things in store for you guys. I'll be quick because I know we don't want to take up too much time. First and foremost, we are going to have a stage reading. We have not decided on what play we will be doing, but that's in the works. We are also going to be doing a center stage showcase, CSS, which would entail of a compilation of one-act plays. I'm hoping that majority of these plays are going to be from playwrights of the BMCC community. So I'm going to be reaching out to the professors of like the playwriting class to work with those students. And because I want to be able to, like, the theater students who are playwrights are also theater students as well, and I want them to be able to showcase their work as well as the actors. We are also going to be doing a contest that will be announced on our Instagram. Follow our Instagram, by the way. I'll put it in the chat. We're going to be doing a stage makeup / costume makeup contest. The deadline for the submissions will be October 31st. The deadline for voting will be November 7th, and we'll be announcing the winners before November 14th. We'll have 3 winners. We haven't decided the prizes. Those kinks will be worked out as time goes along. We also want to, we're going to be having, on our Instagram, we're going to be asking you guys to possibly post monologues on your pages, and we'll repost them on our page so that possibly we can give each other constructive feedback, so to really build like a family, like a community for each other, to have a safe space where you can get constructive feedback to build our crafts. I also want to do a BMCC peer meetup. It's going to be a not so social distance meetup. We're going to be doing it, there's a peer by our school, and we're going to have the meetup, hopefully, that COVID, allows us. It's going to be possibly mid-October, and we're going to be out there and possibly between the hours of like 2 to like 4, 2 to 5 maybe. And we're going to be playing like some bonding games, some theater games, obviously everyone must wear masks. We're going to be providing gloves and all of that. So if I missed anything, guys, you guys can let me know.
When is your...
Can I add?
When do you know when are your meetings? You guys have your first meeting set yet?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Yeah, so we have our first meeting for the 23rd. We're going to be posting the link. I put in the chat our email and our Instagram. So if you have any questions, you can send us an email or send us a message on Instagram. And yes, we're going to be posting the link for our first Zoom meeting, and we're going to be discussing the things that we're going to do. And if you have any ideas, we are also open to those new ideas and including you in new productions. So this is a great opportunity, as Nadi said, to connect to other students, and also a great opportunity for you to perform and make friends within the theater department.
Exactly.
This looks great. I'm very proud to say that I am happy to be working with you guys as your faculty advisor. You're off to a great start. I think it's going to be a really good season, and I'm there to help and support you in whatever you want. And those who are not a part of the theater club, please join it, because you get an extra co-curricular credit when you join it. It's not a part of your academic credit, but it's a part of like your activities curriculum. So once you apply to other schools, they'll say, oh, not only are they a fabulous student, they participated in the community by being a part of different clubs and things of that nature. So I highly recommend joining, all right? We had the theater club. I think those are all the points that I had on my agenda. Are there any other points of references or things that any professor or Carl or anybody else wants to address or speak about before we open it up for any questions from the group of students? Okay, with that being said, you can type your questions in the chat, or you can actually, raise your hand and we'll call on you and give you a chance to answer any questions within the last 10 minutes of our session here. So any questions about the program, about professors, or about anything? Yes, I see Chris Foster.
Hi, hello. I'm Chris. I'm a freshman here. I don't know if you needed all that information, but I figured why not give it to you. I had a question about, you said once you get an advisor, you have to change your major. So I had my meeting with my advisor, not a theater advisor, just a regular college advisor. And when I applied to the school, I was a liberal arts major, but then I changed it. But still on Degree Works, it still says that I'm liberal arts. I don't know if and I've emailed her about it. I emailed her, I sent her the form, and then I emailed her again because it didn't change after a month or something.
Lori's gonna give you an answer, hopefully. Go for it, Lori.
All right, so this does take time, Chris. It takes a long time, it seems like. How long ago do you think it was that you did the form?
I had the meeting probably early August, maybe, or maybe even before that, but it was a while ago. It was a really long time ago.
That does seem like an extraordinarily long time.
Yeah.
Longer than even it should be. Professor Williams, do we think we need to?
Yeah, so I'll reach out to advisement office. Just could you put your email in the chat for me?
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. So
yeah, Chris, thanks. Chris is my student too, so we'll just good to see you here, Chris.
I love the chat questions going down. Yes, we do have musicals that I've written a musical that has been produced. Lori has developed a musical that has been produced. If you guys go to our YouTube page, you can see all of our productions that are posted there that Demi had a hand in making sure that those are available for people to see. And also The Life of Mary Rogers is a musical. So we do have musicals, and we are all about that. We also have regular plays as well. If you want to pitch anything, definitely go to the theater club. That's a good place to start, and be ready for the Cuny Theater Festival. Professor Winstead will be accepting scripts and things of that nature. Okay. Awesome. Any other questions?
Yes, I have one question.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to find out more about the joining the theater club, because I was really interested in joining a club this year. But
Talia, or anybody, Izzy, anybody want to take that?
So if you guys are interested in joining the club, if you guys could just put your emails down below, I will honestly reach out to all of you, send the form that you guys have to fill out to apply for the club. It's going to be under the name Center Stage Club. So you can just put your emails down in the chat and I'll copy and paste them.
Might be good to put like center stage next to it,
Yes,
just so that they know that that's what that's for, because now we're getting like advisement stuff and other, you know.
No problem.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
What is today's date? What is today's date?
16th.
17th?
16th.
16th. Okay. The 18th is the day, the last day to sign up for clubs. So I'm going to post a link in the chat for those who are interested. Let me just I just found
I just want to quickly say that it is not lost on me that rich voice that I just heard, sir. So I really take a lot of use of that.
Yeah, introduce yourself.
While you are here. Yeah, I've noticed that. Okay, good. There we go.
Oh man, now I'm getting nervous.
No, it is a gift.
That's a wonderful thing. So I just posted in the chat the theater club interested people. You can click on that Google Doc, and then that'll lead you to what you need to do right away. Great questions. Great questions. Any other questions?
I had a question.
Go for it.
Hi, my name's Jessica Lausel. I'm sorry my video is not on. My wireless connection is really bad when the video is live.
No worries. Go for it.
I was just wondering if there was any way to make an appointment to actually see the campus or in the theater. I know it's hard with everything going on, but I didn't know if like individually we could, because I've never actually been to the campus and it just looks so wonderful. And I didn't know if I could do that.
As I know right now, only if you have a class are you allowed to come into the building, but there is a virtual tour that you can take on the BMCC website. So if you go to the BMCC website, and in the search bar type in virtual tour, there are 2 of the theater program students that are standing next to a bear that were cast in that particular virtual tour. But they will give you options to look at different areas and things throughout the whole campus. So that hopefully will suffice until they open it up for you to come.
Is it a bear or a panther?
Panther, my bad. Yeah, we are the Panthers. Yes.
Thank you so much.
I think Gabriel had a question.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Gabriel. I hope you guys are all doing well. I just wanted to ask, how necessarily is everything organized when it comes to plays and musicals? Is it like one play? And this is just coming out of my head for the fall and this, and winter.
Very good question. Very good question.
The musical, yeah. I mean, you probably understand what I'm saying, yeah.
I get you. Under normal circumstances, there's usually one main stage production, which is usually done in Theater 2. And then there's a workshop or a black box production, which is done in S144, which is our smaller space. So each semester, there's usually those 2. But in addition to that, we have our page to stage classes, which does performances. We also have sometimes a theater workshop class where some professor or somebody might be working on an actual production that may be coming up, and there's an actual performance for that as well. So you'll see performances coming from classes at the end of each semester, but in terms of the productions that are actually the theater program productions, there's usually a main stage, and there's a black box or a smaller stage theater production as well. And then in the spring, we do the same thing again, where there's a main stage, black box, as well as the program. The theater club has a performance usually. So there's many opportunities, okay? So hopefully that gives you a better understanding.
Yeah, for sure. I know Miss Lori Key, I believe the play is coming up next year, probably early next year, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, and
Gabe, if I can just jump in. So generally we do a musical in the spring because that's a big production and there's no other smaller production because all of the resources go toward that big play.
Right.
COVID has done a number on us because like Mary Rogers was supposed to go up last spring and now it's, we're trying to put the bow on it,
right.
kind of.
Sure.
And so everybody in theater is in a weird zone, right? So So this whatever's going to happen is not going to be quite theater coming up now either. It's going to be something. So hopefully we'll be able to come back into a more normal zone coming into the next sort of cycle of the, and normally we would do, the spring would be the time when we would do a bigger production of some kind. It might be a musical, right?
Right.
Or we might workshop a smaller musical kind of thing, right? There might be a musical workshop in a smaller vein, right? We do all varieties of stuff. But we are, for a community college, I think we do quite a lot of musical, right? Like, so that normally we would do something like that in the spring, I think is the long answer to that question.
Okay. Well,
I want to give a shout out and an opportunity really quickly to Professor Harrelson.
Yeah.
He disappeared. Would you like to introduce yourself really quickly? Tell us who you are, what's going on in your world, what you teach.
Hello, everyone. So nice to see some new faces that I don't recognize any of the names. Oh, Pinda. Yes, I do. Hi, Pinda. But hello, everyone. I'm Felicia Harrelson, and I teach this semester. I'm teaching Theater 100, but I have taught acting. I'm teaching voice and articulation, so I hope to see you folks there as well, and Speech 100 in some semesters as well. So great to have you.
Thank you. Thank you. And there are a number of adjuncts and other professors that are not on this Zoom right now that you guys will run into hopefully in the near future when we are back face to face. But you probably already have in your classroom teaching you that didn't get a chance to make it here. So, just any other questions or anything, those are great people to go to. If there's nothing else, I think we're going to wrap it up and close it up and just wish you guys a great season of love, life, and liberation. Make sure you go and vote if you have the opportunity to vote. If not, just help and support in whatever way you can. And that will be it for our theater program orientation. Thank you so much to Lori facilitating and making sure that this happened. There's something up. Breaking news.
I know. So Alvin, Professor Ng was putting something in the camera. I just wanted.
Oh yeah, he was re-shouting out the vote your power.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. Thank you.
Please vote.
Please go vote. Thank you guys. It's been wonderful. If you have any questions, you have our emails. Please reach out to us, and we hope you guys have a safe and prosperous and lovely season. Thank you. Goodbye.
Love your haircut, Professor Harrelson.
Thank you.
Thank you.